Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The Water4Africa project by KhalsaAid has been established for over a decade. Since then, we have supported thousands of families across Malawi, the Gambia, Zambia, and Kenya to access clean drinking water. Our work is in line with United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which is to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Access to safe drinking water is the most basic of human rights and goes hand in hand with the right to life. At KhalsaAid, we are working daily to make sure people across the African continent are covered by this fundamental human right and are not left behind. Welcome to KhalsaAid's Water4Africa journey. Malawi, one of the poorest countries in the world. Malawi is known as the warm heart of Africa because of its vibrant feel and welcoming people. But this friendly nation still lacks the essentials needed for a happy, healthy life. 80% of the population has access to an improved source of drinking water, but that leaves about 4 million people who still lack access to safe water. Since the early 2000s, Malawi's government has made clean water, decent toilets, and good hygiene for every person a priority.
My government continues to work with the United Nations system and other development partners in all priority areas of SDG acceleration.
However, local councils needed more support to develop resilient services that could deal with the country's drastic water shortages. On average, those in each village had to travel up to 1 kilometer to the nearest water source. The water was often unsafe for drinking, laced with cholera and other diseases. In Malawi, more than 3,100 children under 5 die every year from diarrhea, caused by dirty water and poor sanitation. This is where KhalsaAid come in. Through our interactions with local communities, government and contractors, we have created a permanent water source in over 20 villages, with over 30 hand pumps currently active and more being planned this year and beyond. These water pumps are managed and maintained by KhalsaAid volunteers in Malawi. When installing a borehole, the KhalsaAid international team performs a site assessment to understand the current water supply, the number of individuals impacted, and the distance from the nearest safe water source. The team then oversees the drilling and pump construction with care taken to ensure local contractors are used to boost the local economy. KhalsaAid also runs workshops to educate villagers on improving hygiene and sanitation practices.
Thank you, KhalsaAid!
In addition to this, local villagers are taught how to operate water pumps and given assistance on how to maintain the pump to ensure the villages are as self-sustainable as possible. Engaging with the villagers, we were delighted to see the happiness on their faces as water spouted up for the first time. The villagers danced, sang songs, and shared their gratitude. Just one of the pumps installed in Moto village benefited over 3 villages and 155 families. The 45-meter deep borehole installed by KhalsaAid International in Moyoya village benefits over 400 families, covering 2 villages. And this is the story of just 2 of our 30+ hand pumps installed in Malawi alone. The Gambia. the smallest country in mainland Africa. However, despite its size, the country is densely populated with approximately 2.28 million people. Of that population, around 31% do not have access to safe drinking water. However, another great concern for the Gambia is that 45.3% of the water sources are contaminated with E. coli, and 73.2% of the household population had the bacteria in household drinking water. Koboko, a small village in the Gambia, used to access water from their capital city, Banjul. Due to the location of the pump, many had to cross the highway daily to fetch water. This often resulted in fatal car accidents as people would be carrying buckets of water on their heads to cross the road. The KhalsaAid international team have worked tirelessly during the pandemic to activate 3 hand pumps, with more in the process. Now, over 500 villagers in Koboko have access to water that is closer and definitely safer to reach. In Zambia, KhalsaAid International have dug 5 boreholes, 3 of which have been used to create water reticulation systems for schools such as this one in Manville. The system allows the redistributed water from the main tank to the garden. United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 2, which aims to achieve zero hunger, is again in line with our work in Zambia. The water reticulation system ensures schools can grow vegetables so children and staff are guaranteed at least 1 nutritious meal a day. One of our local partners in Zambia sent us this video full of joy.
Good morning. This is one of the schools that was supported by KhalsaAid, which is Mamvule School. And because of the water system that was supported at the school, today the school has a very good production unit, which is actually a source of food for the school children, especially those that come from distant places. This garden also supports teachers, as they are also based at the school, so they also buy vegetables from this same garden. Thank you for the support, KhalsaAid.
The local communities of Zambia were very excited to see investment into their regions, saving them precious hours of their days. This has also allowed school children to focus on their homework, excluding the pressure of providing water for their families. So far, our solar-powered water systems have benefited over 10,000 school pupils, teachers, and school support staff across Zambia. And finally, Kenya. It is estimated that almost half of Kenya suffers from diseases caused by a lack of water. So far, KhalsaAid have built 2 pumps in Kenya. One of the 2 pumps is in a village called Turkana, with a local population of 20,000. We have also built multiple water boreholes, including one in village Ola Sheiki. This borehole specifically has supported 300 children and 400 household members. Witnessing children and adults surrounding the borewell and rejoicing with loud cheers and happiness is exactly what Water4Africa was established for. The work that KhalsaAid continues to do is having a drastic, positive impact on people's lives in Africa, benefiting generations to come. However, it will not stop here. We plan to branch out across the continent to make an even bigger impact. We thank all of our supporters across the world. Because of your donations, we have provided fresh, safe, and clean drinking water to villages that previously had to travel miles by foot to access. It's important to remember, water is a necessity for life. Therefore, the work KhalsaAid have done and continue to do in Africa is life-saving. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।